Hi there, just been doing another bit of work on this painting here. It's lying flat again, so you can't see it right now, but I'll put some pictures up for you to see what I was doing with it. And as we go through the video, you can watch me working on it to see what I've been up to with this one. This is the one I'm carrying on working, following my own advice, using the ideas, the processes from my Seascapes workshop to actually see if following my own advice, whether it really helps. And so far it's doing really well. I'm really pleased with it because the main thing that I'm trying to do is to have a very clear single purpose for each layer of the painting. Each time I approach the painting, just a very clear idea about what I'm going to do practically, in practical terms, for that particular layer of the painting. And in this one, I was looking at the painting just thinking, you know, what does it need? Because I know in the previous video I said I might be thinking about putting some oil paint on at this stage, and I don't think it's quite ready for that. I've been looking at it over the last couple of days, think it's not quite ready for that. Soon, but not quite yet. But what I thought was be quite nice. I've actually just come back from a trip to the coast, and I was looking out and I was doing a bit of sketching. And I was really interested in the kind of ambiguity, the sort of between where the horizon ends and where the sky begins. Because when you're looking out to sea, sometimes it can be very difficult to know where that point is. So I really wanted to put something towards the top of the painting. So I was looking at these kind of billowing clouds that were out towards the horizon. And I thought it'd be quite nice to try and do something with that transition between the sky and the sea. So that's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to think about the distance, thinking about that transition between the sky and the sea, and how I can have a kind of ambiguous horizon line, because I don't really like very definite horizon lines. I think it's can be a bit boring really in a compositional terms. I like to give a sense of slight sense of mystery, I suppose. Give something for the viewer to do. You know, I don't want to tell the viewer or whoever's looking at the painting, don't want to tell them everything. Give them a sense of mystery in the painting a little bit. You can tell what it is, but you know, there's just that little bit of doubt here and there, and I think that works really well to just engage people with the painting. If you're looking at it, if it tells you everything, maybe it's not that interesting, it's too much. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, that's what I've been looking at. And what I like to do when I'm making those sorts of marks, I'm thinking about clouds, and they're fluid and they move. I don't want to capture them in sort of a very sort of photographic, still way. I want to keep that movement in there. So I want to make a mark that has movement in it. So this is why I've laid the painting flat, and I put quite a lot of medium down on the surface, and I've been pouring, dripping and dabbing the paint around a bit to get that sense of movement. Because I always think if you want to depict something that is moving and is fluid and has that sense of motion in it, you need to make a mark that represents that in some way, that has those characteristics. So that's what I'm trying to do. Rather than try to be very specific about it, I'm trying to make a kind of mark that is moving, it is fluid. It's got a bit of a way to go yet, but I don't want to do any more to it now. I'm going to work over what I've done today and simplify it a little bit probably, but I want to just see what happens as it dries off, because I don't really know. I've put a lot of medium down, poured a lot of paint onto it, and as it dries, it may move and change. So it'd be quite interesting to see what happens with it when I come back to it for the next time. That was it really, just a very simple process, following my own advice from my workshop about having that clear process that each time you approach painting, you know exactly what you want to achieve, and you don't spend ages mucking around with it too much. Just, this is what I'm going to do, and that's it. That's it, I've done it, and so I'm just going to leave it and see what happens now. And of course, if you're interested in learning more about this sort of painting for yourself, I go into much more detail than I can do here on YouTube in my online workshops and classes, and all the details are here on my website and you can check it out. Okay, I'll see you soon.